I will be talking about sex education and why it should be included in school systems today. Um, it is part of teenagers today, and it is something that definitely should be talked about in school systems and included in the teaching curriculum, and why it is important to be included. So, the states that require it and do not require it in the education. There are actually 28 states that do not require it whatsoever in the education system and in the teaching curriculum. Tennessee does not require it to be a part of the teaching curriculum until teen pregnancy reaches a certain percentage in the state. Period. So, and then 19 states that do require sex education within the teaching curriculum, they require it, but they don't require the teachers to teach the students about the sexually transmitted diseases. And this is like stuff as one example is HIV. So the reason that this is important is because the kids that are sexually active, it is important to inform the students and teenagers about the risks of this, because if they are not informed about this, there are diseases that can last a lifetime and can potentially be life-threatening. And there are ones that can be cured, but if they are not informed about this, it can definitely be very, very bad for a student. And then having no education for these kids and for these teenagers in a safe environment. And in this age of the internet, a lot of students are choosing to turn towards other websites instead of even their parents or even teachers. And that is where they are actually getting their education instead of any other source, which again isn't the best way to get the information or even their education. And this was said from Lena Rowley in an article in 2014. So this is just, it's not the best way to get it, because again, it doesn't tell you about the sexually transmitted diseases, and it's just not the best way to get an education about it. What schools do tell the students in sex education, 37 states require that the teachers emphasize abstinence. In addition, 19 states tell the teachers to emphasize that it's important to wait till marriage. So instead of telling the students the consequences or informing them of other ways, they just say that they just need to wait altogether, that they just need to wait. But they should just know that nowadays it's not 100% going to happen that way, and it's just inevitable that it may happen, it may not happen. Whereas 17 states, including Washington, D.C., requires giving students the needed information about using proper contraceptives, which is things such as birth control and other things, in order to keep the kids safe from teen pregnancies and other the sexually transmitted diseases. And this is the way of the schools trying to teach the kids that there are ways to keep them safe while still being able to make their own life choices. This was said by Rasha Hamilton in an article in 2013. 13 states require that students learn about the consequences of sex and teen pregnancies. So some of these states overlap in some of these learnings in the sex education. So the consequences of sex and teen pregnancy, again, is the HIV, the sexually transmitted diseases, and the teen pregnancy, how you have to try and provide for your kids and stuff like that. 11 states require the reviewing about sexual orientation and stuff. And this was also said by Rasha Hamilton in the article in 2013. What was taught and what was taught right now. So for a while in the schools before what is taught right now, they only taught abstinence in school. They never taught anything else about contraceptives or how to properly take care of yourselves or anything. And this was said by Alicia Doan and Jean Williams in an article in 2008. So, a summary of everything: most states just don't have a sex education in their school systems, and this leads to kids having to turn to other sources, and the other states that do have sex education just don't cover everything that they should. And this also leads to kids that may have diseases that would last a lifetime, or teen pregnancies, or other things that just may not be good in their lives. And if all students were to have a sex education and be properly educated on this matter, there would be lower cases of teen pregnancy, there would be lower cases of STIs, and it would just all around be better for all schools to be it would be better off all around.